stretching a buck, it's really important to cook with a lot of strong flavors, so your food has some gusto to it. You don't feel like you're sacrificing anything just because you're pinching a few pennies. Pop a lid on this. And this meal is made out of stuff that I keep on hand pretty much 24/7, so it's a great little go-to dinner. Now, bread is pretty pricey these days, right? Because all of our supermarkets have these beautiful artisan bakery sections, and everything just looks so gorgeous in there. Sometimes we spend more than we would otherwise on a loaf of bread just because it looks so gorgeous. So get every nickel out of that bread. When you cut off the end of the bread or there's a little piece of it left, don't chuck it, don't feed it to the squirrels. Pop it in the freezer. When you get a nice little collection of all those little nibbly bits of artisan bread, and grind them up and make your own breadcrumbs, right? Why don't you pay the store for something you literally have all the time, stale bread? So we've got some breadcrumbs here, and we're going to start our breadcrumb topping, which incidentally I use on this dish, but a lot of seafood pastas. Like my husband loves spaghetti with sardines. Oh, spaghetti with sardines. You toss the spaghetti around with the melted sardines. You cook the sardines in the olive oil, the garlic, and the crushed red pepper flake, and then tons of the breadcrumbs up on top. Delicious. Let me grab a fork here and get these little guys out. Now, the topping here starts out with olive oil, enough to coat the bottom of a cold skillet. To the cold oil, add some anchovies, and then turn the heat on. And as the anchovies heat up, they'll start to break up and they'll dissipate right into the olive oil. If you think you don't like anchovies, you might be wrong, because once you melt them into oil, they have a decidedly different taste. They don't taste fishy, they taste like salted nuts. It's delicious. These are pretty heavy duty. They're huge. I get them from a little Italian market. And these guys have some crushed red pepper flake on them. But the little flat fillet of anchovies that you get in the grocery store, you'd want to use 5 or 6 of those and melt them in. You could even use some anchovy paste. These big boys, I'm going to use 4 of them and we're good to go. So while that's coming up to heat, I'm going to start chopping some garlic and some parsley. Incidentally, this is the stuffing my family uses every holiday. Around Christmas we serve big, gigantic stuffed artichokes. They look like big holiday stars because they're all filled up with stuffing. And this is the same stuffing we make for that. Tons of olive oil, tons of anchovies, tons of breadcrumbs, black pepper, and lots of parsley. So good. I'm going to go ahead and chop up quite a bit of garlic here because I need it for a couple of uses, both for our tuna and white bean sauce for our pasta and for our breadcrumbs, for our breadcrumb topping. Give the garlic a good whack when you knock the skins off. Give me a little head start there when you start chopping. Makes it easy to peel the cloves. Go. Now, when you think about stretching a buck, 3 things that come to mind are definitely canned tuna, canned beans, and pasta. And here we're combining all of them in one dish. There's going to be so much food, and my family would probably only feed 4 people. But realistically, it would probably feed an army otherwise. Because, the beans are very filling, the pasta is very filling, you're putting breadcrumbs up on top. You could probably get 6 to 8 adult portions out of this dish for not a lot of money. And as I said a couple of times already, really made out of stuff that I keep on hand all the time. Just running my knife through the garlic here. Yeah, it would have been a deal breaker. I don't think I ever could have married a man that didn't love lots of garlic and the anchovies because I use them so often. And incidentally, just this, melted anchovies into olive oil with lots of garlic and parsley, that's probably my favorite pasta. A little aglio olio, a little starchy cooking water and the spaghetti, just with the anchovies, parsley, and garlic. Oh, heaven. I'm in heaven. Oh, they're starting to bubble away over there. That's exciting. And when they start to bubble away, you want to grab a spoon, start mashing them up with the back of the spoon so they melt down into the oil. Break those little guys up. Now, if I were using this for stuffing or if I were making aglio olio, I'd used a whole tin of flat fillet of anchovies, or I'd use 7 or 8 of these little guys. There we go. Okay, so now here's what we're going to do. We're going to chop up, I'd say about a half a cup of parsley. This little bundle I've got here. Rip the stems off the bottom. I'm going to finely chop all of the parsley. Once this breaks up, you can add in your finely chopped garlic, stir that around for a minute or two, then add the breadcrumbs so they can start toasting. I'm going to do that, get the parsley chopped. I'll meet you right back here in a couple minutes.
Brought to you by DoubleTree by Hilton, where the little things mean everything.
I've been waiting for days to come like this, better than ever before. Now I know there's more.
Wherever you've been, whatever you've been through, we have a warm welcome waiting for you at more than 325 hotels around the world. Book today at DoubleTree.com. DoubleTree by Hilton, where the little things mean everything.
Not now, buddy. It's a minivan, but it's got 4 packages and surprisingly.
It's not mine.
No.
For life's bleachable moments.
Hello! Lemonade reminds me of sunny days.
So do tire swings.
This is our Ocean Spray Cran Lemonade. It's good old-fashioned lemonade. Only better! It's made with juicy lemons and crisp cranberries.
Uplifting taste.
Careful.
Refreshing.
Ocean Spray Cran Lemonade, a bold twist on an old favorite.
I took a stand. I took a stand. I took a stand. Take a stand against scars, stretch marks, dry damaged skin, uneven skin tone, and aging skin. Palmer's works. And we're the proof. Palmer's Cocoa Butter Formula Skin Therapy Oils. The HGTV Smart Home 2013 is the ideal fusion of relaxed living and the latest in home technology. This coastal paradise home is just a quick bike ride from the water in Jacksonville Beach, Florida, and could all be yours. Plus a 2013 GMC Terrain Denali and $100,000 from Quicken Loans. Brought to you by HGTV Home at Bassett, GMC, Shaw Floors, and these national sponsors. Enter daily at hgtv.com and hgtvremodels.com for your chance to win the HGTV Smart Home 2013.
You know how fast you were going?
Solar-powered California Raisins. All natural energy for naturally active kids.
These employees are about to have their worst shift ever.
My cell phone's in the garbage.
But one will be rewarded with the biggest prize of their life, their very own franchise. All new, giving you the business. Thursday night at 10. All new Mystery Diners. Friday night at 10 on Food Network.
Hey guys, welcome back. Just working on zesting up my second lemon here. This is for a gremolata breadcrumb. Gremolata is a little sprinkle that you put on top as a garnish to add flavor to anything from a simple grilled piece of fish to a beautiful ossobuco. Here we're adding the gremolata to some toasted bread with melted anchovies, garlic, and olive oil. Yum, yum, yum. So we melted up a bunch of anchovies into some olive oil back here. We added our own homemade breadcrumbs to it. Oh, we also threw in some garlic. Once the anchovies melt, throw in some garlic, stir that around for a couple minutes, then put in the breadcrumbs and start them toasting. Once the breadcrumbs get nice and golden in color like this, I'm going to take them a little bit deeper, but once they get to this area, you can throw in your lemon zest. And black pepper. And we're going to use this as a garnish, a sprinkle up on top of our pasta. There's so much flavor in this meal, you're going to forget that you're really stretching a buck with it. You could feed an army with this beauty. We're going to put these flavorful homemade breadcrumbs made from the ends of all those great little artisan breads we bring home throughout the year, right? Save those in the freezer, toast them up and grind them up, make your own breadcrumbs. We've got those guys down in here now. And it's going to go as a sprinkle, a garnish, up on top of a tuna and white bean pasta with fresh rosemary and a little bit of tomato and some pasta all married together. We always would make a topping like this for any seafood pasta, like pasta with sardines, because you don't use grated cheese up on top of seafood pastas. At least we didn't in our family. So this was your nice salty garnish that would substitute for the cheese. I'm going to gather up a couple more ingredients and let those get a hair darker before I add the parsley. I've got about a half cup of chopped parsley here. Parsley, once I add it, will start to give off its moisture, and that'll slow down the browning. So I'm going to let those get a little browner. I'm going to pop my zested lemons back in the fridge, of course, because the juice is still perfectly fine. Just took the zest off. While we're back here, I'm going to grab that fresh rosemary I was talking about and some celery hearts. I like a little bit of celery in this sauce for crunch and because I love the flavor of onions and celery with tuna. Out of the pantry, let's see, white beans. 1 can of white beans. I've already got my onions and garlic up there. And 2 cans of Italian tuna. Chop up a couple sprigs of rosemary. Rosemary with white beans is just a marriage made in heaven, isn't it? It goes so beautifully together. Nice lemony, slightly citrusy, woodsy, aromatic rosemary with the white beans. So we've got all of the classic things you think of when you think about stretching a buck kind of crammed into one big, beautiful dish. Beans, right? Pasta, and canned tuna. Let's see how the breadcrumbs are doing. Nicely done. We got a nice golden color on them now. You really have to kind of babysit them because you don't want them to go too far. All right, let's get our breadcrumbs in there. We also reserved a couple of cloves of chopped garlic for our sauce, and I'm heating up another skillet with some EVOO in it. That's to start our tuna and white bean sauce. There we go. Did I say put my breadcrumbs in there? I mean, of course, put my parsley into my breadcrumbs. Just so excited about eating them, I'm a little distracted. Flummoxed. Beautiful. They're perfect. Work of art. Leave them alone. Back at the ranch. Just wipe off our knife here. Get it running through some rosemary. I got a couple of sprigs of fresh rosemary. Run my knife through it. Keep the knife low to the board because it tends to be a hopper. You're chopping through rosemary. Especially if the stems are woody. The leaves tend to be a little sturdier and they hop all over the place. Gotta kind of go low and slow with the knife. There we go. Rosemary, let's do a couple of pieces of celery heart. I love these little guys right from the center with the leafy top still attached. Delicious. I've actually seen people trim away the leafy tops of their celery. Don't do that. There's tons of flavor in there. I cut into them lengthwise so they'll come out in a nice little chop. You don't want the celery to overwhelm the dish. You just want a good size handful of it. A couple rips will do you fine. And now once we have something that's going to give off a little liquid like the celery or the onion, we can go ahead and get the pan started. Drop that down in there. And this is over just moderate heat. Not too hot. You don't want to burn your garlic. Get that moving. Now to that, I'm going to chop and add an onion. I'm going to let that work a few minutes. Then we're going to add in our white beans and our tuna. And at the very end, just before we're done, we're going to add in a little fresh diced seeded tomato. I'm just going to chop the onion, get that in there. I'll meet you guys back here in a couple, okay?
With our totally unique and incredibly successful approach, chances are that behind every great relationship, there's eHarmony.com. Stop waiting. Start communicating for free today.
thinking steamed fresh chef's favorites rotini and broccoli with cheese sauce, but don't go crazy.
Turn vegetables you want to serve into vegetables they want to eat. Bird's Eye. Now dinner's complete.
Hi. You are not going to believe this. I bought Pepsi Next.
What's Pepsi Next?
It's the latest cola from Pepsi. It's got real cola taste, but 60% less sugar.
Real cola taste. 60% less sugar.
Yeah. I know.
It's unbelievable.
But this is the most impressive thing I've ever experienced in my entire life.
Oh, definitely. Let me get a camera. I've never had anything like it. My parents are gonna.
Yeah, they're going to be so proud. Pepsi Next. Drink it to believe it. Hey, get this, honey? It's going viral.
Let's get the happier started early. Head over to Taco Bell for Happy Hour, where every day from 2 to 5 p.m. you can recharge with dollar-loaded grillers or any medium drink, each for just $1.
This Mother's Day, wow her with our Celebrate Mom bouquet. Like every Teleflora bouquet, it's expertly arranged by a professional florist and delivered right to her door. Tell a florist to create something special for your mom.
There's a lot of filth around these days, so get serious about cleaning with the Live-In Wonder Mop. Full-length microfiber drip strips mean amazing cleaning power. Then machine wash for total freshness. Another dirty little problem solved. Live-In, family made since 1896.
Surgery using transvaginal mesh may cause severe complications. If you suffer complications after surgery using transvaginal mesh, you may be entitled to compensation. Problems include additional surgery, severe pain, infection, vaginal scarring, mesh erosion or disintegration, pain during sexual intercourse. Over 1,000 serious complications have been reported. You may be entitled to compensation if you had complications after surgery using transvaginal mesh. Call 1-800-BAD-DRUG now for a free consultation. Call 1-800-BAD-DRUG now.
You won't always be home to greet your kids, but you can still keep an eye out for them. With Xfinity Home, only from Comcast, the total home security and home control solution, you can manage your home from anywhere and save on your energy bill with features like remote thermostat controls and remote light and alarm controls. Plus, safeguard your home with 24/7 professional monitoring. Xfinity Triple Play subscribers. Now you can add Xfinity Home for only $29.95 a month. Plus, you can lock in your rate for 2 years and save over $200. Call 1-800-XFINITY now.
Hey guys, welcome back. I'm just dropping the pasta. I'm using a nice ziti rigat, ziti with limes. You could also use a penne. Any shortcut pasta will do. We're kind of taking a shortcut with our budget too. We're really saving $1 and stretching it all the way with this one. We're using canned beans, canned tuna, and pasta. All 3 great symbols of stretching $1 all together in one meal. And we're even using our own homemade breadcrumbs. We got every last nickel out of that good quality store-bought bread when you bring home the baguette, those beautiful Tuscan loaves or ciabatta. Save the ends, grind them up, and make your own fresh breadcrumbs. We have a beautiful topping of anchovies, garlic, olive oil, flat leaf parsley, and black pepper. We're going to sprinkle that up on top of our tuna pasta. I threw in the red onion I was chopping over the break. That's in there with some fresh rosemary, lots of garlic, and a little red onion and celery. I love celery and onion together with tuna. Those flavors are really lovely. Give that a little shake, cooking up in some olive oil. Now I'm going to add 1 can of white beans, cannellini beans. Give this a stir. This meal is so delicious and nutritious, you really won't notice that you're saving $1. It won't taste like inexpensive, stretch $1 kind of food, you know? It won't taste like a soup that's too thin. Okay, so once the beans get warmed through, then we're going to be ready to add the wine. Now, heads up. I have a friend, Cheryl, and at the end of a long day, she loves nothing more than to treat herself to a little martini. My dad's the same. If he's had a stressful day or it's a special occasion or, you know, he's just not feeling himself, he'll make himself a nice little dry martini. Now, when you make a dry martini, you buy this enormous bottle of white vermouth and you barely use a drop in it. So a lot of people that enjoy martinis might actually be looking for a use for their white vermouth. You know, vermouth is just fortified wine. It's very flavorful. It's terrific whenever you cook seafood because it takes the aroma of the seafood out of your house. Yeah, you'll see it a lot in Italian classic recipes, seafood recipes. So you could use a little white vermouth to deglaze the pan, Or you could use some dry white cooking wine. Now, I always keep white wine on hand because my mom and my sister, they prefer white wine. So I'm going to hit the pan with a little white wine. Maybe half a cup. A couple turns of the pan. But it's really your choice. I just kind of work the edges there to pick up any little bit of color from the veggies cooking down. Get all that good flavor up from the bottom of the pan. Now at this point, we're ready to add the tuna and just gently warm it through. I have 2 cans of Italian tuna and olive oil. I'm going to drain that off. Right in the regular grocery store, you can get Italian imported tuna, and I just buy it out of habit. But you can also look for sustainable line-caught tuna. There's all sorts of different varieties in the regular grocery store today. And, you know, you want to pick the one with the nicest price, right? Good quality, but whichever one has a fair price on it that day. Also, last minute, we're going to put in a little tomato. So I'm going to go ahead and seed these guys. You could use 1 large ripe tomato or a couple of plums. I just gently give them a little squeeze down over the garbage bowl. Get some of the seeds out. You're not trying to pulp them or turn them into tomato juice. Just give them a little squish. There we go. Let's add our tuna down in there. Just break it up a little as you're adding it down into the pot, or pan, I should say. So delicious. I love this meal. So easy. You can make it right out of your pantry and things you always keep on hand. Here, a fork made a little quicker work of that. Rinse those cans out for the recycling bin when we're done. Let that heat through a bit. It's sort of like an Italian twist on a good old tuna casserole, isn't it? Give our pasta a little spin. Now I'm just going to dice up the tomatoes, and we're really good to go. Heads up, if you drain off your pasta before I see you again, remember to save a little of the starchy cooking water. It makes everything come together so nicely. I'll meet you back here in a couple.
Sundays are new, and the stakes have never been higher. First, in the Chopped All-Stars Grand Finale.
I am going to take them down today.
Wow. He's coming down the wire.
Whose dish is on the chopping block?
Then it's the Iron Chef America Tournament of Champions World Premiere.
It's just Iron Chef going head-to-head against another Iron Chef.
I'm a little nervous. More nervous than normal.
Who will emerge victorious? All new Sundays, starting Sunday night at 9 on Food Network.
I've been waiting for days to come like this, better than ever before. And now I know there's more.
Wherever you've been, whatever you've been through, we have a warm welcome waiting for you at more than 325 hotels around the world. Book today at DoubleTree.com. DoubleTree by Hilton, where the little things mean everything.
You make me feel so young. You make me feel that spring has sprung.
It's a beautiful day. Kiss up my sunny smile.
At Edible Arrangements, we love moms. And moms will love Edible Arrangements' new Mother's Day bouquet. Heart-shaped pineapple and juicy strawberries dipped in gourmet chocolate. Created fresh for mom from a store near you. Celebrate early with mom, and delivery is free May 8th and 9th. So order today. Stop in, call, or visit ediblearrangements.com.
Make life a little sweeter with Edible Arrangements.
The new flooring for this entire room is $99? Yes, $99.
It's Empire Today's $99 room sale.
800-588.
Any room, any size, $99.
2-300 Empire.
Today.
And here we have our new Pop Crunch. They're popped for half the fat of regular potato chips and huge crunchy flavor.
Wow, this is half the fat of chips?
That's impossible.
Impossible? If something can be that delicious and half the fat of chips, nothing is impossible. Is that brown sugar cinnamon?
Okay, moving right along, everyone.
Aw, try the impossible delicious flavor of new Pop Crunch from Auto Red Mothers. Ask your healthcare professional for the Accu-Check Nano today.
Hey guys, welcome back. I'm just adding my tomatoes here last minute to our stretch a buck, but don't sacrifice on flavor. Big, beautiful dinner. This is really stretch a buck. We took canned tuna, put it together with canned beans, white beans, cannellini beans, and pasta. All in one dish. You could feed an army with it. So now I'm going to add in a cup of starchy cooking liquid that I took off of our pasta right before we drained it. Let's recap what's down in this sauce. Delicious. It starts off with a little olive oil, a little bit of celery right from the heart, finely chopped, some red onions, some garlic, salt and pepper, of course, fresh rosemary, so marries in beautifully with the flavor of the white beans, 1 can of cannellini beans, 2 cans of Italian tuna. Just drain that off, flake it up as it goes in. You can hit the pan with either half a cup of dry white wine or dry vermouth, your choice. Now we're going to add the pasta that we drained right back to the hot pot. Turn the heat off, but the pot's still warm from cooking the pasta. Add in all of the sauce. Give that a big, beautiful turn. Gorgeous. Super nutritious, and like I said, you could feed an army with this. Unless you're feeding my family. We tend to really go nuts over anything with tuna or anchovies in it. And in this case, we have both, because we made a beautiful gremolata breadcrumb topping to go up on top of our tuna with tomatoes, pasta, and white beans. So now here we started with anchovies. We melted some big, beautiful Italian anchovies down in olive oil. Start with cold oil. You could put in as many as 5 or 6 flat fillets, or you could use 3 or 4 really big, beautiful ones if you can get your hands on some good import ones. They look closer to the size of a sardine, frankly. Then you heat those up and they'll just melt away into the oil. Then you add in a few cloves of finely chopped garlic. Give the pan a swirl for a minute or so. Then add in some breadcrumbs. Let the breadcrumbs toast up, and lots of lemon zest, black pepper, and finally, flat leaf parsley. Then you're ready to sprinkle it down over the top of dinner. I'm so glad we are all out of time for today, because this looks delicious. Woo! I'm all out of time for today. I'm Rachel Ray. Thanks for spending 30 minutes with me, guys. And remember, even if you're trying to stretch a buck, you've always got time for a great and delicious meal. Extra.
One of the most important meals of the day is also one of my favorites. Here's a breakfast menu that I love waking up to. Italian sausage and egg bake. Bright and sunny eggs tucked inside a cozy and delicious little nest. Sweet and sticky caramel hazelnut rolls. A heavenly indulgence.
Thank you very much. Very excited to have back our first guest because she is not only a remarkable beauty and a top movie star, she's also an advocate for women's issues. She is a TV and film executive, and she is the creator of her own line of health and beauty. Please welcome back to our show, Salma Hayek. I do get to see you occasionally over the summer, but with the summer coming up, what's the family going to do? Have you made any plans for Valentina?
We're excited.
You know, we've made so many plans this summer, but we still have not been able to commit to one specific one. We're trying to figure that out. But for sure, there's going to be sunshine and ocean and all of this. Now, how old is Valentina? She's 5. So she must have a very definite personality by now. Oh, she had a definite personality when she was 5 days. Oh, look at her on the red carpet there. On the red carpet. And she was supposed to stay in the back with her father. But she ran away from him and she just went right next to him. She wanted to have the red carpet moment herself. Unnatural. Yes. So you think she's going to have the acting bug too? You know, she's very, very talented actor. I can't tell you. But I think she's going to be a musician. She was 2 years old. Bernie told me, I want piano lessons. I'm like, be quiet. And so finally I just took her to the piano lesson, and after 2 classes the teacher said, forget it, we're moving her 1 year. She's very good with the pianos. Yeah, she sits there very straight. Yeah, and she just both hands. It's amazing. It's the strangest thing. You're right, that must be in her. Yeah, I think real musicians, they're born that way. They have it in their hearts, you know. Oh, you know what I didn't know about until this morning was, what's the campaign that you're doing with Gucci? Shine for Change. Can you explain that? I'm doing this with Frida Giannini, which is the designer and the creative director of Gucci, and Beyonce. Oh. And what we're doing is we're creating a movement for women, to support women. And our partners are Facebook and then the Melinda Gates, the Gates Foundation, and you have to go to Facebook and look for Shine, because one of the things we're doing is inviting everyone and telling them how they all can participate to support women around the world, because a lot of us, we want to do something, but we don't even know what or where. And so you can go there and you can see how every one of you can help someone somewhere in the world. And we'll link to it on our site as well. The groundwork of this is building the network of women. Yes. And then we're going to use the network. Yes. So this is getting in on the ground floor during the network discussion. Now, Nuance is a line that you guys see at CBS, but she's the woman behind it. And what I found fascinating is that this is in your blood too. Wasn't your grandmother a botanist? Yes, she was. And you don't just put your name on this. You are literally in the lab developing the beauty products, the cosmetics. Yes. I mean, really, it's been such a satisfaction, because, you know, when you start something at a certain age and you don't have a lot of experience, people look down at you. You know, why want to do this beauty line? And they're in the lab, it's oh, this activist, you know. Yes, she did. Get out of the way, lady. What do you know? And, you know, I brought in ingredients they didn't know about. Yeah, because they are from Mexico. You know, the witch doctor used to use in the mercado. You can find it in the corner with the herbs. And so now they saw it, they did the test, they did the research, and it was going to be just a couple of creams. And because they saw what it was and the results, now it's over 100 SKUs, and we cannot get enough. My dream was to be able to give to everybody, for everyone to use, and not to have to spend all the money. What's your favorite product? Is it that one down in the front there? So difficult. It depends, you know, what are your needs. The smooth. That sounds good. Okay, this is amazing, because you're gonna see immediate results. It creates an out of focus effect. You know, when you take a picture and you're out of focus, you look always so good. Yeah, it's like when we look at ourselves in the mirror and we squint and we look better. Yeah. Well, these guys, this is your out of focus miracle, because when you put it on, it's called Smooth and Film Perfector, but I call it the out of focus cream, and it smoothens, it tightens, but the miracle of it is that it really softens everything as you're putting it on. You see it immediately, instantaneously. But of course, if you have oily skin, okay. I can go on and on. Okay. There's some that are not here, that I love. I see this happening during the commercial break. are an adult and you have acne. Yeah, this is the new product that is coming out. We're coming out for, the type of skin that I had acne when I was 25, 26. It was really, really bad, and I went through a depression and stuff. And so we developed a line for people who sometimes break out, but that it's still not dry to your skin. They say that people feel that if it doesn't dry them, that it's not working. Don't do that to yourself. Technology is advanced to a point where you can have it all.
You don't have to, exactly. You don't have to ruin your skin. And my friend uses the hair care products. I'm going to take some shampoo and dry. She just told me this morning. I didn't know. She said, oh my God, I love them. Yeah, I'm going to try that too. The line is expanding so fast. Does it make you feel so proud to see something? It's almost like another child, really. To see something grow like that so quickly.
Yes. Well, I will tell you something. I thought after, it took me 10 years to develop it. It really took me 10 years to get this done. So, but I thought once it's out, I'm done. No.
It's much more work now.
Yeah, because now it's successful, and you guys have put your trust on me.
Right.
So I am even more controlling because I don't want to leave anyone alone. What if they do a product that is not amazing?
I love that, and I love hearing how passionate you are. I do also enjoy watching you in films, though. Summer is coming up. I know you're in Grown Ups too. I can see you all with all those podcasts.
So funny.
Yeah, I love Adam. I watch anything with that. He's just hilarious.
He's so silly and so funny.
Have you decided what are the projects you're going to work on this summer?
No. Yes.
Just for now. When they come out, you'll come back and talk.
I will come back, yeah.
All right. So once again, we asked Selma should be kind enough to help out some of our viewers. So we're going to take a quick break so they can get set. All nuances available at CBS. We're going to see how they work right after this.
I'm Jim Cantoli, and this May is going to be a scorcher with Rachel Ray shining all month long.
I am flattered that I am on sale this week. Awesome.
Rachel's cooking up a storm that'll make mouths water from coast to coast.
That looks like a vacation.
The conditions are ideal for stargazing. And Mother Nature's at her very best with our first ever all-star Mother's Day celebration. This just in, we have a severe weather advisory. There's a mudslide on a collision course with Rachel and her Albert. I'm talking fields of fire! Jump into it! And we're predicting a 100% chance of Regis. The forecast just doesn't get any better. So catch some rain all month long. Fresno streets saturated with guns, providing criminals illegal firepower. We are seizing 6 or 7 firearms every night. Thursday on CBS 47. It's a gun battle cops face every day. Anybody that wants a gun, follow Fresno PD as they go after black market weapons and the criminals who use them up with deadly consequences. This handgun has been used to shoot 5 people. CBS 47 takes you inside the gun crime unit who fight to take back our streets. Thursday at 11. Only CBS 47 on your side.
Are you coming down for lunch?
There's a place where kids really connect to learning.
You getting hungry?
Connections Academy. It's a tuition-free, fully accredited online public school where students find devoted, enthusiastic teachers and a program that gives them everything they need to succeed.
Lunch is getting cold.
All of which means that Connections Academy students get wrapped up in school like never before. Connections Academy, the online public school.
Good day at school. Great day at school.
I think I have a cavity, but I went to my mom because she has 2 jobs. I told my friends not to get into business because my dad was out of work.
Don't delay your family's needs. At Western Dental, we'll provide you with high-quality dental and orthodontic care and make it affordable. With just a low down payment and interest-free installments, even if you have poor credit. Pick up the phone now and call 1-800-6-DENTAL to take care of your family today.
Many of our schools are failing to teach our children how to read and write in English, even though the state provides them the money to do so.
Nosotros queremos aprender inglés porque queremos ir al colegio,
Right now, the governor is proposing even more money to teach English with zero requirement as to how it will actually be spent. I'm looking sick for it, and on May 21st, you can help me change it.
$4 doesn't really buy you much these days, huh? Unless you're at Denny's, where there are always great choices for $4 on the 2468 value menu. It's been a decade of fun. Ellen counts down her all-time favorite moments.
It's adorable. You'll be hearing from my lawyers.
Hello, Cool J. Next, Ellen. On your side at 4. Only CBS 47.
Salma Hayek, she's expanding her cosmetic and beauty line. You can get it at CVS. You can all afford it. Nuance Salma Hayek is the name of the line. It now includes hair care, skin care, and we're going to help out now, or I should say, Salma's going to help out 3 of our viewers who are each looking for different tips. First up, we have Rebecca. Right, Rebecca? So, Rebecca, you were chatting with Salma, and what is your issue?
Well, now that I'm getting older, I've got some sunspots and some age spots, and I've never really been able to find the right color foundation. So I was wondering what kind of foundation I should use to not only cover the spots, but perhaps make me look a little younger.
I have those too. Do you have those?
I do.
I have a little bit of sunspots too. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a moisturizer on your skin because it's a little dry. And afterwards, I can give you more products that I can. You're not asking me, but
Okay.
there's other stuff that you can use for that. And then I'm going to use a foundation it's so good because it covers everything and it gives you a natural look. And I don't know how close can you get.
You guys are real close, right?
Really close? Okay. So you're going to see instantaneously. I'm going to start with her forehead. A change in the texture of her skin.
Boy, that is amazing. Just right there to right there. Seriously. Is that blurry
Yeah,
thing?
look.
I am buying a case of the blur.
Seriously? This is amazing. Where do you watch this back?
And I feel it. I mean,
Fast,
no
so
joke.
I can
Really
get to show you all the other great ones.
That blurry thing is cool.
It's really good. So especially like if you have pores, I mean, she's pretty good.
And her pores are great. She doesn't have big pores.
Yes, but if you have that problem, everything is a little like texturing or like from sleeping like this, all those little almost invisible lines, but they're not invisible anymore, so they're super. And then I'm gonna do the base. Let me see. I hope you can see the difference immediately of what's gonna happen here.
That's a good color match. You were working on that over the break. I think you found it.
I'm not sure yet because it's all so fast. But you will see.
Yeah, I think that looks natural.
I am going a little bit yellower than you are, but it also compensates a little bit your skin because it might be a little bit too pink. And with this base, and it looks like this. Yes, you won't be able. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna step in front of it. You won't be able to tell that it's a different color. Most bases, you are able to tell that it's a different color, but with this one, because something about it, it's transparent, but it does cover really well.
I can't even see this one anymore. It really
Okay, so look at the skin. Look at the skin. You don't see all the spots, girl. Then at the end, you can go over whatever's left, you can go with different concealers if there's one that's still bothering.
You have one little dot here and there, but
I wish I could continue. Okay, if you want more coverage, I'm going to do this super fast. Then we have this makeup that I love. I mean, I also use it for contouring and,
And they just warm up the edges.
They warm up the edges. That's if you want more. Now, this powder is making it even more coverage.
So, the product name, we didn't use the BB cream. The dark spot corrector is what she would need every day.
The foundations are called Flawless Finish. It's just a liquid pump. I love that it's a pump too.
I wish I could keep going.
I know. We have so many to help. Arrogance is waiting for us in the middle. And it started out with this feeling.
Well, I'm heading into my 40s, and I'm starting to see wrinkles form around the eye area. So is there a product that I can use that can help cover up the wrinkles and also prevent them from getting worse?
Okay. So, everybody wears out their eye. I'm sorry. I'm not getting to my 40s. I've been there. So, I'm going to use first something that is, again, that we have something to cover up and make you look good, and then we have other stuff that you go home and you do overnight, to get better over time. So this is going to be instant. Come as close as you can because you're not going to believe your eyes. Okay, so this is an eye serum that's an anti-aging wrinkle filler. So all these little lines and also helps you with the darkness, and it helps you also with the bag under the eye. So you put it on and they go.
I've seen this one before. This is incredible. It just goes boop.
So, and you can find that you have to wait for it to dry, and then you can put some more. We have to wait. Okay, while that waits, we're going to talk about a product that you can use, over time. And this is the anti-aging super serum concentrate. This one, this thing here?
No, that thing is awful. I think that.
Okay, that one came knocking on my door some years ago. It was just like sitting there. And I'm like, we better find something to use that because it's not safe, So this anti-aging AMPM serum, I started using it. It went away. Now I live in Paris. I don't have CVS there. Yeah. I ran out of it and I say, okay, when I go there, after like 2 weeks of not using it, it started going up. I had to call them to send me the serum immediately. I don't have time to wait out the option. So this one you can put over time, but you can see already the difference between one eye and the other. Just one application.
But it feels
you can see it just goes whoop. So let me go a little more.
I love this one. This one's fun.
This one is good. Now the trick is you have to really wait for it to dry out.
You keep waving on that. We gotta get to her too.
Yeah, let's go to her. Okay, Allison. You know what? Here. They deserve to see.
Look at the difference in your two eyes.
There you go.
Okay. Yeah, they don't look the same. Oh, wow. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, okay.
What are we gonna do now?
I want wavy hair, and I just don't like to take the time to do it, and I don't use product because I don't want to dry my hair out.
Okay, so this is better to do it when the hair is wet, because then it has the ability, to keep the wave.
Keep the curl on the wig. Do you want me to spin her around so you get to the?
I will show. Yes, what this is it's based on salt water. I said, you know what? Why not go to the beach? It's great, when you come out of the beach. So we did something with algae and salt water that when you put it on, it's not the softest loop, the softest film, but it does take away the frizz and it gives you the wave. And then I have some great shampoos and conditioners for your hair not to be dry. This doesn't dry out your hair. It's just for the moment.
It just gives
it makes it feel, So only me, I'm going to attempt to do this with the hair already done in a different style. But maybe you can see a little bit of the frizz go away instantaneously.
It smells good. Tell you what,
smells a little better. The frizz is gone. And of course, it's still wet. But
you have a lot of natural waving.
Take a look. You see?
While it's still damp, put this all over your head. It's very hard for you to see the back of your head because you're not a lizard.
Now, if you like the silky skin, we also have this curl cream that it takes away the frizz and it also holds the curl.
So if you're going to use an iron or something, Thelma, would you use this?
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
But if you want this sort of beachy, just the wave,
exactly. That would sound good. I wouldn't
I should have mentioned that myself.
Yeah. You know what? I think we just have to link on our site because there's so many products that we've talked about. We're just finding it out. Okay, we'll put up information about everything that Selma's been using here, guys, and we'll link to them if we can. Selma, is it true to choose stuff for everybody to do? I mean, bring stuff for everybody to take. Bring down the CBS. Grab a snack, guys. We also have a giveaway online. Selma brought it up for you guys watching at home, too. Grab a snack. We'll be right back. Thank you to Selma.
Tomorrow. Cinco de Mayo's this weekend, and we've got you covered. First,
It's a clue to mango.
choose Clayton Kelly's handling the cooking.
That looks good.
That was gorgeous.
Smash's Deborah Messing's on entertainment. Speaking of Smash, Chef Boss is making dessert.
That was Cinco de Mayo. Hoboken style.
That's tomorrow. Introducing the all-new Toyota RAV4. Fully redesigned to take you wherever life does. And with 31 MPG, it's ready when you are. Lease one today for just $249 a month. Toyota, let's go places.
We've all been there. It's not pretty, but when you need to go, you need to go. Why would you want to use one of these dirty, smelly, messy portable bathrooms at your next event? Yeah. Your solution, Royal Flush of Fresno, providing luxury portable bathroom trailers for outdoor weddings, birthday parties, or any occasion. With Royal Flush, you will receive the royal treatment from private stalls with running water, granite countertops, air conditioning, and more. Call Royal Flush or see us online.
Eyeglass World asks, what do you look for when you buy glasses?
I like to mix it up, so I need bold styles, classic styles, and affordable prices. Having lots of choices and saving money is important. That's why I come to Eyeglass World.
Only Eyeglass World gives you 2 pairs for $78, so you can always afford more than 1 pair.
My glasses are part of my personal style. They're me.
Eyeglass World, glasses that make the difference, prices that make it possible.
This is a special message from AT&T.
It's no secret that the price of things just keeps going up.
But we have some good news. It's our bundle price promise.
A price you can definitely count on for 2 whole years. From AT&T. Call now for a new low price. Uber's triple play bundle start at $79 a month. Get the same great price for 2 years.
Plus now, get 2 times the internet speed than before.
You get reliable high-speed internet on our advanced digital network. Choose from speeds up to 24 megs.
And with Uverse TV, you can record 4 shows at once on your total home DVR and play them back in any room.
So call now. Uverse triple play bundle start at $79 a month. Now get the same great price for 2 years.
Switch today and get a $150 promotion card. Plus a total home DVR included for life.
It's a triple play bundle that's hard to beat. Same great price, 2 whole years. Price promise.
That has a nice ring to it.
Only from AT&T.
The skills of a mad scientist and a top chef all rolled into one. Please welcome back to our show the author of this book, Try This at Home, and you can because he's here, Richard Blaze. Richard, the last time he was here, he brought in liquid nitrogen. I'm like, how did you get through TFA with that?
Barely.
It was so much fun. We had the frozen candies, sundaes on. Anyway, the one point I wanted to make is try this at home. You really can try all of this at home. You don't have to have special math skills. You don't have to be a scientist or a chef to have fun with food.
This book especially, it's about food that you can make at home. And today we're making over condiments. And sometimes I think condiments can make a sandwich, or they can make a burger, they can make it better.
Absolutely. And you know how burger obsessed I am. So condiments are like
imperative to me. Absolutely.
Condiments are good things. Who isn't behind good condiments?
No one.
But so we're gonna like bump up all of the tried and trues. Like you're gonna start with ranch dressing.
We are. So first of all, I mean, I'm a chef, right? I'm a fancy chef, I guess. I'm gourmet, whatever you want to say. I love ranch dressing.
Who doesn't love ranch dressing? It's not American not to like ranch dressing.
Exactly. So here's some ranch dressing. This is how simple this recipe is. It's in the book again. It's ranch dressing, and this. This is called sriracha, right? So sriracha is a chili sauce. So this cool sort of buttermilk, fresh herbs going on with the ranch, and then you have the spice from sriracha. It's this simple. You take the sriracha, you're gonna mix it into the ranch dressing.
You could do more than that. I could try this stuff straight.
We can ramp it up a little bit. All right. Now, it's delicious, but I love the name of this concoction now. So you have the ranch and you have sriracha. Right. So now we have sriracha.
Sriracha!
I can keep that, Joe. So great with fries. Something I love to serve with onion rings. So these are some onion rings again in the book, sort of a tempura batter. But this is my variation of honey mustard. Everyone loves honey mustard. Kids love honey mustard.
I love honey mustard, but I think I see where you're going here. I always just take some honey and whatever mustard I want if I want a honey mustard flavor. Do you have to buy like honey mustard like all prepared in a jar?
I have. Of course I have. But here I'm making my own. So we start with a mayonnaise, right? Or if you want to get fancy, an aioli. And then we add some mustard, right? We're throwing that in there. We add some honey, of course. It's honey mustard. To me, I think you want a little bit more money.
Or agave.
A little bit more honey.
My husband uses this
or agave. Agave's a little bit better. And it also sounds a lot, it's a little bit more chefy, right?
Yeah.
The agave. And then here's probably the interesting ingredient here. This is beer extract. So a non-alcoholic beer extract. Now, you can powdered beer. It's blasphemous. But actually, you can find that sometimes on a vitamin aisle in the store, or you can get it online. If you don't want to get beer extract, just reduce a bottle of beer to a syrup and add that. Have a sip, reduce the rest, add that to your mustard. And then a little bit of spice. So we have a little bit of cayenne pepper, and this is really what's going to wake it up. So you have the sweetness and the really sort of the spice from the mustard. This is going to raise the level of heat to it. And then cinnamon. Cinnamon's sort of my secret ingredient to my honey mustard. So it gives it a little je ne sais quoi. You don't know what it is, but you know it's sweet.
But you know it's good.
You know it's good. And then this is going to work great with these onion rings over here.
I'm going to taste it straight up, right on my finger.
So now we have...
Oh my God, that is delicious.
Good, right? I mean, kids love it. I love it. There's nothing wrong with ranch dressing.
Oh my God, that's delicious.
We're just taking them over. Taking them to the next level.
Great.
All right.
Wonderful.
So now, again, we're stacking flavors. So we have our honey mustard. That's what's right here.
That's this base.
That's that base. And we're going to make a pastrami mustard. Right?
Shut your
right? So you like, when you make pastrami sandwiches, just mustard on it. So we know it works. So again, a real way to be creative in the kitchen, take something that's traditional like this, pastrami spices. We have coriander, black pepper, and some mustard seeds. We've toasted these. We're going to throw it in our mortar and pestle. And, people give me a lot of grief because I roll with liquid nitrogen, right? And that's like really fancy. But I also like the mortar and pestle, which is like the most ancient tool.
Yeah, I love them.
So we're just going to crush that up here.
And it's
right?
fun
That's
to
our
just
spices.
get your aggressions out. Pound stuff in a bowl is fun.
It is. And actually, we haven't done it, but then if you put liquid nitrogen in the mortar and pestle, you really get it.
You better get a big crackle going.
Right, so now we have our pastrami spices. We're going to add that to our beer mustard. So now we have this pastrami.
Oh my God, the mustard is going to taste like pastrami. It's mind-blowing.
So we're going to stack flavors. So now we might as well make a pastrami sandwich.
And right? Yeah, but that's also fabulous for vegetarians. You could just stack up some sauerkraut and cheddar or Swiss or Gruyere, melt that down with the mustard, and you've made a great meat-free pastrami sandwich.
You know what? I love that. Sometimes it's just the memory of a flavor. So like the pastrami spice makes you think about meat, even if there's no meat in it. I do have to ask a question. How come every time you say an ingredient, it goes, delicious?
My people, man.
And I know it's the Rachel Ray show. Can I get like some love when I say liquid nitrogen? Can I get a little bit of that?
Yes, love that liquid nitrogen.
So now we're gonna get into making our sandwich. So I'm actually gonna use another condiment over here to start at the bottom of my pastrami sandwich. So this is Maria Rose sauce, which sounds really fancy. At the end of the day, it's Thousand Island.
It's Thousand Island, right? Yeah. For the rest of us.
I love that about food, right? But I'm calling this Maria Rosa. So instead of just parsley and lemon, we've added lime and cilantro.
Yeah.
Right? So it's got a little bit more
A little more something
flavor
going on.
to it.
Yep.
All right, and then we're gonna add one of my other favorite condiments we have in the book. Everyone loves sauerkraut.
Love.
Works great for pastrami, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I made the sauerkraut here with Brussels
Oh, Brussels sprout sauerkraut. And it even rhymes.
You know, they really love you because like, who yells out for Brussels sprouts? Like, is that something?
People are eaters, man.
Listen, it sounds clever, but at the end of the day, a Brussels sprout is a tiny little guy, right? So you're making sauerkraut with it. So we have our sauce, and then we're going to add some cornichons, another one of those words, sweet pickles. Sweet pickles. All right, so cornichons, that's going to give it a nice amount of acidity to it. And then we're going to stack this up here with a lot of our pastrami. We're going to make up like a mile-high sandwich here, a slice of Swiss cheese perhaps. Right, and you know, any good sandwich, I think really the key is, it's not a good sandwich unless you have to really like squish it
down.
Really get down to it. Oh my goodness, how did we forget the pastrami mustard? You know, we have to have some mustard on the other side here.
Get
So
that
we'll throw
glue
that.
on there.
So you would have sent that back basically. Is what you
Yes,
said.
I just said, like, I want my pastrami mustard.
All right, so there we go.
That is a beauty, man.
All right.
Oh, that should be illegal.
So you're gonna plate that up. I'm gonna move on to definitely my favorite condiment. I mean, I love mustard, I love ketchup, but if truth be told, I'm a mayonnaise guy.
You're a mayo,
right?
A mayo man.
Once I had a shirt that said I love mayo. I got too much mayonnaise on
I
it.
didn't get into mayo until later in life because we didn't grow up using a lot of it in our kitchen. But if I make my own, I love it.
Exactly. So like this is homemade mayonnaise here, right? So we have some egg and oil, we have some garlic. In French, it's called aioli, which is very fancy. But I think we're just gonna call it mayonnaise, all right?
Mayo.
But what we're gonna do here is we're gonna smoke the mayonnaise.
Wait till you see this.
All right.
I got one of these for Christmas. Let me just say a couple of words to you people. Smoked Bloody Marys. That's what goes out of my house. That's what goes out of my house.
All right. So I'm gonna need your help actually.
Yep.
So if you can light this, all right, and we're gonna just light that up to some hickory smoke. This is actually called the smoking gun.
You can buy different flavored chips too, guys.
All right, and
The
what we're
wood
gonna do.
And you just have to put it inside a large container.
Right, so we're gonna smoke this mayonnaise right here. And by the way, there's no party like a smoked mayonnaise party.
It's amazing, this thing.
All
And
right.
it's added to cocktails, to sauces. It's amazing.
All right, so now you're gonna let this sit, right? But now this is mayonnaise. You let it sit for a couple minutes, and all that flavor of the smoke is gonna infuse into the mayonnaise. You bring this to the table,
And then you put the dome over it and you smoke it out.
and then you do this at the table.
Isn't that awesome?
My first genuine I love it.
Now, it is going to be hard to top smoked mayo, but I think we got a pretty good plan, because up next, potato chips.
Shopping for glasses can be very expensive, but in Stanton Optical, I was able to buy one pair of eyeglasses and get one free with a free eye exam.
Buy one pair, get one free, plus a free eye exam. Call 877-STANTON for nearest location.
No matter where you are, things at home are under control. Your control. Experience Xfinity Home, only from Comcast. Your total home security and home control solution that connects you to your home and family from anywhere. Call 1-877-614-4371 today and get $925 in equipment included. Manage the security of your home in real time with video, text, and email alerts. Plus, control your lights and thermostat on the go. And have greater peace of mind with 24/7 professional monitoring with battery and cellular backup. Xfinity Triple Play subscribers. Now you can add Xfinity Home for only $29.95 a month. Plus, you can lock in your rate for 2 years and save over $200. Call 1-877-614-4371 now. This is home security reimagined.
If you're a smoker, I have a tip for you. Make a video of yourself before all this happens. read a children's storybook, or sing a lullaby. I wish I had. The only voice my grandson's ever heard is this one.
You can quit. For free help, visit cdc.gov/tips. Some things are really hard to pull. Not pork. Rally's new barbecue pulled pork sandwich. Tender, juicy pork. Piled high, sauce big. Grab 2 for $2. And for the seasoned fry fanatic, the outrageous Fry Lovers Burger. Our barbecue pulled pork and Fry Lovers Burger. Choose 2 of the same, or 1 of each. Just $2. They'll pull you in. Rally's. Feast on.
Shopping for glasses can be very expensive. But at Stanton Optical, I was able to buy 1 pair of eyeglasses and get 1 free with the free eye exam.
Buy 1 pair, get 1 free, plus a free eye exam. Call 877-STANTON for nearest location.
The Top Chef All-Stars winner, Richard Blaze, and he's always an all-star around our kitchen. We have so much fun every time you're here, and I wish you could be here once a week.
Yes, heard that. Everyone heard that.
We were just playing around with condiments, rethinking what they can be and how much flavor we can put into them, and now we're going to take everybody's favorite snack, the potato chip, and what are you going to do with it?
We're going to make a potato chip omelet. The potatoes have been fried, they've been salted, they've been seasoned, right? So this makes a lot of sense. So what we're going to do is we're going to whip some eggs. We have about a dozen eggs here. You're cooking for a party, right?
Right. And our friend was just telling us over the break, she made this recipe for her Bloody Mary party.
Which I wasn't invited to, but that's another story.
We'll take that up with her. But no, I mean, it's a great party offering because it's perfect for brunch, lunch, or dinner, breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
Sure.
And it's a fun little snack. It's served at room temperature. Everybody can make it, and it's got a real showstopper appeal to it.
So there we go. So we whipped our eggs up, and then we have basically like a bag of potato chips, right? So we have eggs, a little bit of milk or cream, some salt, and some pepper. And then we're going to dump in our potato chips. And it's that simple. We're going to let our potato chips marinate in here.
And then they just sort of
Whisk
hang
them
out,
up, and they
right?
can get crushed, right? Because we want a little bit of, we want that flavor of the cooked potato.
I got you. It's going all through it.
Yeah.
That's what this is here.
That's what this is here. And then I'm going to chop up some chives and some parsley. And we're going to throw that into basically that potato chip mixture that you have. Let it sit for a couple of minutes.
So that it absorbs, right?
So that it absorbs. We're going to throw in some herbs. All right, we'll mix this around.
And
here
like a Spanish tortilla. Here, you can just mix it.
All right, got it. All right.
You know, that would take a lot of time. You have to let the potatoes cook in a cup of half of oil or whatever. This is a kind of a fun little shortcut to a traditional delicious thing.
It's a shortcut, but again, not just to make a shortcut. It's actually going to be more delicious.
Yeah,
the potatoes have already been cooked and seasoned already, right? Then we're going to add our potatoes and the egg mixture, right?
Oh my God, it could not be easier.
And what we're going to do, we're just going to kind of press that down, right?
Just sort of let it settle in.
Let it cook. And again, the potatoes, they sort of marinate in the eggs, and it all becomes one. All right, just going to press that for a little bit. All right, and this is how simple it is. It's going to cook for a little bit. It'll start to set on the edges.
Once you set it up, you're going to transfer it to the oven. Yeah, I love pepper.
There we go. A little pepper in there. It's going to start to cook, and I'm going to take this over to the oven. Pop this in our oven.
Here, I'll open it up for you.
Right.
I think there's one in there that's already working in the lower.
Pop that in there.
And this is another one from the book, right, Richard?
This is in the book, yeah. Again, so this is kind of a great, an easy, impressive sort of brunch.
Look at that. Look, it's just going to slide right out. Look at that. It's gorgeous. I mean, it's really gorgeous.
I don't even want to eat that one.
It's so pretty. I know. It's sort of a shame to cut into it, but it's gorgeous. And, that's what I was saying about the book. It's so beautiful to look at, but you really get how simple the food is in the pictures. It's accessible. I congratulate you. It's just a perfect cookbook.
It's coming from you. Thank you so much.
Simple, really delicious, easy to do recipes just like this one here. This is in Try This at Home. It's in stores now. This is up on our website now too. Up next, I'm going to make open-faced gumbo burgers. After I have this.
It's all on sale and you get an extra 15% off. So by stacking the savings, you just saved $137. Wow. And you just earned $20 in Kohl's cash. Thanks.
When you have better ingredients, you can create better recipes. Nobody does what Papa John's does.
For just $11, get Papa John's award-winning buffalo chicken pizza, featuring all-white chicken with crispy bacon, creamy ranch, and finished with spicy buffalo sauce. That's a Papa John's pizza, loaded with quality for just $11. Or choose any large pizza, even specialties, for just $1 more. Order online, on the phone, or on the app.
Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
In the beginning, everything was organic. At Christina's Natural Ranch Market, it still is. Come see our wheat and gluten-free aisle, our natural groceries, and our health and beauty department. Come taste what you've been missing at First and Barstow at Christina's Natural Ranch Market. Give your mom the gift of relaxation, the gift of beauty, the perfect gift this Mother's Day. The spa at Big Garden Village Gift Shop. The spa at Big Garden Village. There's nothing else like it.
The internet, it's great to look for, search for, and find anything you need in the world. But what about around here? Gotta see it local.
Search for, try to find where to go. Seek it local.
Follow the See It Local arrow from the TV to the internet. If you see a commercial with the arrow, go to our website or mobile phone app and see it local.
Search for, try to find where to go. Seek it local.
CBS47.tv. Closed caption. Brought to you by.
Now your best accessory can be your smile with Colgate Optic White toothpaste. It whitens over 2 shades more than a leading whitening toothpaste. And try Colgate Optic White mouthwash to whiten more than 3 shades. Use the whole whitening line from Colgate Optic White. Girls don't talk about the past, but they do talk about Always Infinity. It's like memory foam. The only pad made from a revolutionary material. It's totally
Banana.
It's incredible protection. You'll barely feel it. Always Infinity. Tell us what you think.
That's a movie.
He said to it.
I almost got my
What we're here tonight is an open space gumbo top burger. I know, it's really delicious. And you know, I love working with burgers because I like to change expectations for people of what a good burger is. And a burger can be special enough to entertain with if you're doing something like this great gumbo top burger. Very quick cooking, beautiful flavor presentation. We're going to make a little mini gumbo in this pan.
Beautiful.
We're going to throw in some shrimp, and we're going to make burgers in a separate pan, a big old cast iron skillet. And there's going to be a combination of ground turkey or ground chicken.
Where's the dirt?
So you've got all the flavors going on. So to get started, we've got the Trinity, the building block of the gumbo. Trinity is the nickname for sweet bell peppers, celery, and onions. In my family, my dad's from Louisiana, and we know a lot about the Trinity, but it's the Trinity plus one for us because people throw it in everything. So I started with a combination of
that was here when I got it.
oil,
Who ordered Sylvie?
I've grated up some garlic, 3-4 cloves of
What the
garlic.
hell is
Now I'm
this?
going to add the Trinity. Then I'm going to let this sit up. I'm going to let this cook up. Give it a little salt and pepper.
Read it.
Then pass it over medium to medium high.
Like Mountain Dew.
Over the shoulder. Little black pepper.
You want me to read this?
Yes.
Or it will help
Now, while this is moving forward, we get the burger patty mixed up. So for this, I take a couple of pieces of ossory sausage, and you're going to
Really murder during the middle of the night. Maybe I'll be cold too. I'll get some water.
4 burgers. You're going to remove the casing before you chop it. Then you're going to pop it into your food processor to grind it up. Remove the grain before you handle it. And for every 4 burgers in the bowl, I have 1 pound of ground turkey or ground chicken. I prefer the ground turkey to be a blend of
Oh, you should have waited, Mom. We had you
Then we're going to add a little chopped fresh thyme.
Huh?
A couple of
No, I
scallions,
know,
the white
I
and the
hear
green chopped.
But I can save you. This is big.
and some burger seasoning. I have my own little burger spice grinder for it. Just a little kosher salt and black pepper. Yep. And now we're going to marry the pulse round andouille with the turkey and the flavor of the andouille will go all throughout the burger. Delicious. Now for burgers, I really like a cast iron
Did you say anything about the
caramelization on the meat? Really develops the sugars in the meat to get that nice crunch on the outside of the burger. So whenever you're making burgers, you want to put them on a really screaming hot, so this will place your cast iron pan for a long time. Also, when you're looking at this, if I know I have to get 4 patties out of this, I'm going to pat this down in an even layer and score that with the side of your hand, so you know each time you're picking up meat, it's about the same size, and you'll end up with the same size burger. I know. We all know what happens, right? You just start pulling at the meat, right? You guys know what happens. If you don't score the meat, you just start pulling at it. You make all your patties, you get down to the last one, it's going to be the size of the meatball. So you got to rip the meat off all the other patties to make like the little Franken patty work out. Exactly. So using this method, you will never have another Franken patty. Thinner at the center, thicker at the edges. Add these lumps, you end up with a nice flat burger every time. I'm going to get the patties made and into the hot skillet. I'll meet you right back there.
What? Oh, come on in. What's that? I'm sure you got me a straw.
Sometimes all you need is the smooth, creamy taste of Werther's original caramel to remind you that there's something very special. Now discover caramel apple-filled Werther's original. Now, Mega Lash Volume Cook Mega Plush. Bye-bye, Brittle. Volume Express Mega Plush from Maybelline, New York. First Gel Mousse Mascara from Mega Lush Lashes. Soft to the touch. Mega Plush Mascara.
I'm interrupting something. Another Viva Dare.
Our fans think there's a rule that a paper towel can't handle.
Now that's chocolate winning.
Grab Viva and press the rules on all your tough messes.
This is what they do for fun.
It's supposed to be 100% from beef and 70% chicks.
We are all reflections of the people who came before us. The good they did inspires us, prepares us, and guides us. At New York Life, everything we do is to help you keep good going.
Return now to our reporter, Max Sunshine, who tells us that Bass Lake is full of it. Wait, that can't be right.
No, actually, you've got it right. Bass Lake isn't indeed full of it. It means fish, water, and family fun. The water's up, the lake's up full of fish, and there's all kinds of great activities going on both on and off the water, making Bass Lake the perfect spot for your vacation this spring and summer.
I guess
I have to do my math later.
Matt? Are you coming down for lunch?
There's a place where kids really connect to learning.
You getting hungry?
There's connections matter. It's a tuition-free online find devoted, enthusiastic teachers and programs.
Take that off later.